Man, this movie spells crazy. We got Marquise played by Amari Hardwick. We got a wife named V, son named Ty, daughter named Dario. So apparently he's supposed to be some big time lawyer. He gets a phone call from Kentucky. We found out that his father passed away. To be quite honest, he wasn't too sad about the news. Actually, he was kind of angry. Because apparently his father used to treat him like trash back in the day. Beating on him, leaving welts, all type of shit. So they're going to the funeral because their father lived up in the mountains. They're going by plane. One of those small planes that can only carry 4 people. He gets to this gas station, his son's talking to some dude. We found out his hand is all fucked up. Accident when he was playing basketball or something like that. The cop checks on him before they go to the spot. The guy in the store giving off this ominous feeling. Like, you sure you want to go up there? Flying in the plane, nighttime rolls around, there's thunder and lightning, raining. Lightning hits the plane, next thing you know, it's a whole bunch of mayhem. Next thing we know, we wake up with Marquise in the attic, laying in the bed. We're thinking to ourselves, 1, where the hell is he? 2, where's his family? We went to this old couple talking about roots and hexes and all this stuff. He's basically resting in the bed. He tried to get up at one point. His feet were in pretty bad shape. For what reason? I'm not sure. Then Miss Louise goes on talking about some blood moon and other stuff. Talking about she makes these dolls called boogeties. Basically like some voodoo shit. Then they got the strong guy that works with them named Lewis. He don't really say too much. So while Marquise trying to put all this stuff together, they show Eloise, Carl, and Lewis in the backyard with 3 grave sites. That can't be good. Next day, Marquise is getting fed. He talks to him more about blood moons and bones. And she leaves him with a bunch of bones that are in a bag. He puts the bones together, forms the shape of Ty's hand. I'm like, then he spits out the soup and finds a piece of Ty's jacket in it. That's right, you've been eating your son. What in all the fuck? It's nighttime now, they're not in the house. He tries to find a way to escape. But once again, his foot is in pretty bad shape. He's climbing on rooftops and shit. One roof just happens to have a hole in it. And Luis and Carl and the rest of the town are having some type of meeting. Like some type of cult or something. Everybody in the town has boogity dolls. He do some magic, gives one of the girls power to talk, because she couldn't talk before that. The other dude didn't have no eyes. Gave him the power to see, and he points to the ceiling and points out Marquise. But he gets back in the room and he's safe. For now. So Marquise is still trying to find another way to get the hell out. So he finally checks on the foot to see if it's getting better. Trying to find out there's a big ass nail in his foot. I guess the townspeople way of doing business. He goes downstairs, goes to the other building, goes down to the basement. That's where he finds his evil spells book. He finds a picture of Luis, Carl, Lewis, and all the townspeople. Look exactly the same in the picture. The only problem is that picture was taken in 1860. So he's like, what the fuck is going on with this voodoo magic? Then he starts learning about the stuff. He goes out back to where the 3 gray sites are. Kind of find out there was a chicken, a pig, and a goat that was buried back there. So with this boogity woodcraft or whatnot, he used animal parts or DNA to make it come alive. Basically some voodoo dolls. Every now and then throughout the movie, he kept hearing the phone go off. The couple told him they don't have no phones in the house. When he's digging through the house, he finds all 3 of the phones. Only one of them's working, it's Todd's phone. They got like 1% left on that shit. Then that time he's able to call the sheriff. And Louise finds out and works her voodoo magic on him, has him tied up. How he gets out of it is anybody's guess. Distract him long enough for the sheriff to leave. He somehow gets out the house and chases down the sheriff. Tells the sheriff everything he needs to know, but finds out he's in on it too. He's part of that cult. So tonight is the night of the blood moon or something like that. Basically will take Marquis' heart and sacrifice him. And go to the body of Carl. Guess he become part of this eternal cult or something. But then out the blue, Luis brings in the rest of the family. I'm like, oh, they alright then. They've been controlled by some dust or something like that. Marquise was able to get up off the table and ends up stabbing Carl. How was he able to get back up? Because apparently he switched the potions. He did all this when he was in the basement. Wakes the family up, tells him get up out of here. We think to ourselves, how the hell is Ty still alive? Apparently when he was eating Ty, the only thing they cut off was his hand. There was a point before this we all thought the family was still dead. When they escaped at one point in time, he actually found the plane. The plane was wrecked. He looked inside, it was nothing but blood all over the place. When he was telling the cop about the situation, he said the wife and daughter came through the station about a couple days ago. So it was up and down making us believe they were fine. But since this cop's part of the cult, can't take his word for that shit. So Marquise ends up going one-on-one with Lewis. I guess he switched his potions up too. Cause then he starts coughing up this liquid. I guess the soul left his body or something like that. Here we got one-on-one with Marquise and Eloise. She said, yeah, you can't find nothing on me to make a boogity doll. He was collecting stuff all along and he made his own. So take that, Eloise. The barn started a fire. He poured salt in the front door so she can't get out. She got stuck in the barn. Cash explosion. All the other niggas ain't want the smoke because he had boogity dolls, all of them too. The ones that she already had anyway, but basically, yeah. Marquise ended up killing the sheriff because he was playing games, and the family got in his car and drove off. In the last scene, we still hear Eloise in the background as Marquise doll lights up. Da da da. Oh no, this is a pretty wild movie. If you're into voodoo or boogity dolls and whatnot, this is the movie for you. I knew Amari Hardwick did something outside of Power around this time. I just never expected it to be this. Seen it in the stores a bunch of times. I was like, alright, I'm curious. I would say if you want a full-fledged scary movie with all black people in it, check this shit out.